McBride was an all-star for the 5th time in her career as Boston goes backdoor to Hull, working on Williams. Hull gets it to go, and a foul.
Career high for you tonight. How'd that first half feel, especially with 18 and just 20 minutes of play?
I mean, it obviously feels good, I think. For me, just playing with confidence. We're missing people, so everyone's got to do a little bit extra, be a little bit more aggressive offensively. So that was my mindset going in, and obviously it feels good to see the ball go through the net.
McBride was an all-star for the 5th time in her career as Boston went backdoor to Hull, working against Williams. Hull finished at the rim and drew a foul. Career high for you tonight. How did that first half feel, especially putting up 18 points in just 20 minutes? It obviously feels good. For me, it was about playing with confidence. We're missing people, so everyone has to do a little bit extra and be more aggressive offensively. That was my mindset going in, and it feels good to see the ball go through the net. Lexie Hull had the game of her life. The Fever had momentum, and then it all came crashing down. Not only did Indiana give up a massive third-quarter run, they also lost 2 more key players, Bibby and Odyssey Sims, adding to an already brutal list that already included Caitlin Clark, Sophie Cunningham, Sydney Colson, and Aari McDonald. That made 6 rotation players gone, leaving the Fever shorthanded in the middle of a playoff race.
Second All-Star appearance was right here in Indianapolis back in July. Oh, looking inside for Boston. She will launch and knock down a 3. Lexie Hull's hit a pair. End of that game, but foul line continues to flummox Smith here this year. Here's Hull backdoor, puts on the brakes and lay it in. It's a Lexie Hull show here.
There was resilience, no doubt, but frustration overshadowed it. Post-game, Stephanie White praised Hull for being aggressive, while Lexie herself shared raw words about stepping up with the team so depleted. At the same time, questions swirled about the coaching decisions that once again allowed a halftime lead to vanish. So what exactly did Lexie Hull say that has the entire team fired up? If you support Lexie and the Fever, then comment, Lexie Show. Let's go.
Lexie, did you come into tonight kind of expecting to play darn near the whole game just with the injury situation and the personnel available?
Damn, you played 37 minutes.
I mean, you played a lot too, Kels. When did you play? 35. I mean, yeah, we're down people, so gotta suck it up, play a little tired a few minutes, and take in those timeouts as best we can. But yeah, I mean, we're down people, so everyone's got to do a little more.
Yeah.
For you offensively, was the plan to kind of try and get some looks inside early to get yourself going and then start working from the outside, or was that just kind of how the game set itself up?
Just to read the defense, you know. I think I got some really good passes on the back cuts, and that's a testament to my teammates, you know, finding me, but keeping moving, just reading whatever they're given.
Her second All-Star appearance came right here in Indianapolis back in July. Oh, looking inside for Boston. She launches and drills a 3. Lexie Hull hit a pair at the end of that game, but the foul line continues to fluster Smith this year. Here's Hull, backdoor, stopping on a dime and laying it in. It's a Lexie Hull show here tonight. Her breakout performance became the heartbeat of the game. Garbage time after things were decided.
And then Bibby's absence, you'll likely see a lot of Turner on the floor here today as Lexie Hull launches and hits. It's a 3-point.
On a night when Indiana's roster was stripped down to its core, she delivered the best showing of her young career, scoring 23 points on 9 of 16 shooting, including 4 of 7 from deep, while logging nearly 37 minutes. Against a Minnesota team stacked with depth and experience, Hull looked unfazed, stepping into the moment with confidence and purpose. Lex, did you come into tonight expecting to play nearly the whole game given the injuries and lack of personnel? Damn, you played 37 minutes. I mean, you played a lot too. Kills, when did you play? 35? Yeah, we're down people, so we've got to suck it up, play a little tired for a few minutes, and take advantage of those timeouts as best we can. But yeah, we're down people, so everyone has to do more. For you offensively, was the plan to get looks inside early to get yourself going and then work outside? Or was that just how the game unfolded? Just read the defense, you know. I got some really good passes on the back cuts, and that's a testament to my teammates finding me. Just keep moving, reading whatever the defense gives. From the opening tip, she played like someone determined to be more than a role player. Her early threes barely touched the rim, and her sharp backdoor cuts left Minnesota flat-footed. She had 18 points by halftime, carrying much of Indiana's offense while the game was still in reach. The scoring came when it mattered most, not in meaningless garbage time. And then, Bibby's absence meant more Turner minutes on the floor today as Lexie Hull launched and hit again. A 3-point parade was on. Here is Hull. Look how aggressive she's been in the first half. That was her 8th shot. Lexie Hull, playing with all the confidence in the world. Petty wide open. Oh yes. What stood out wasn't just the number of points, but the way she scored them. Hull refused to be one-dimensional. She sprinted through open lanes, crashed the glass, and forced defenders to chase her constantly. Indiana leaned on her harder than usual, and she proved she could handle it. This was no fluke shooting night. Her energy and assertiveness gave the Fever an emotional lift they desperately needed. 16 in the first half for McBride. Hull catch and shoot, knocks down another. 18 for Hull. That's a new career high. Afterward, Hull explained she was just trying to read the defense and make the right play.
Just obviously Chloe Bibby, a late addition to the injury report. Just when did that injury happen, or do you know the severity at this point?
Felt something during pregame, and so holding her out as a precaution. We don't know anything, so hopefully we'll get some more information tomorrow when she can be seen.
Had she been dealing with any soreness or anything like that in previous days, the week leading up to tonight?
Yeah, I think everybody's dealing with soreness at this point in the year. But yeah, I had been dealing with a little bit of knee soreness, and again, just want to make sure that we're cautious and figure out what's going on before she gets out there.
Knowing the injuries meant she had to carry more than usual. Stephanie White noticed it too, praising her aggressiveness and, for the first time this season, her willingness to truly hunt shots. That shift in mindset changed everything. Hull wasn't waiting for the game to come to her. She went out and took it. Lexie Hull tonight, career high for her, especially impactful early on. What were you seeing from her performance? She was aggressive. She was hunting shots, attacking the rim. She knew we needed another scorer on the floor, and because of the attention that Kelsey and AB get, she was finding openings and hunting those shots. That's exactly what we need from her. For a stretch in the first half, the Fever felt alive in a way they hadn't in weeks.
What do you know about Odyssey after, I think she left the game and didn't return? Is she injured? What's up with that?
Yeah, no, we don't know anything yet. She's going to get evaluated tomorrow, so we'll see.
With regards to Odyssey, do you have any ideas of what it was she tweaked? Was it a groin or any?
I have no idea. I just heard her say I need a sub, and so I got Shay up there.
Hull was drilling jumpers. Kelsey Mitchell was creating offense. The bench erupted after every make like something special was brewing. Fans could sense it. Hull's confidence was contagious, sparking belief that maybe this team still had a fight left in them. Turner with the offensive rebound, Hull wide open, and she knocks it down. But that spark wasn't enough to hide the cracks surrounding her. As great as her night was, one player couldn't cover the holes left by a roster gutted with injuries. Indiana needed Hull to be a hero, and she gave them that. But the weight of everything else caught up fast. That second half promise ran headfirst into a bigger problem.
Don't think you want to play Lexie 40 minutes. How can you handle the wing without Chloe tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to do it by committee. Bree Turner can guard 5 positions, so she'll be out there defensively. We've got to try to manipulate lineups a little bit more to figure out who we can stretch the floor with. So probably on the floor at the same time as Dee in a lot of things that we do. But again, if it's not going to be space in the floor in the half court, we've got to be able to get our defense to create some offensive transition opportunities. That doesn't always have to be steals for scores, but we've got to get missed shots that allow us to get out, run out, and try to create some things in transition.
One that has defined Indiana's season. The only reason Hull's big night stood out so much is because of just how thin the Fever's roster has become. The injuries have come in waves and left this team barely holding a rotation together. Caitlin Clark has been sidelined since the 15th of July with a right groin injury. Sophie Cunningham went down with a torn MCL that required surgery. Sydney Colson's season ended with an ACL tear, and Aari McDonald was shut down with a foot injury. That's 4 players gone before this game even tipped off. Then in one night, it got worse. Chloe Bibby felt soreness in her left knee during warm-ups and was held out as a precaution.
Oh my goodness, I was taken back. It was fun. It was funny. I was very humbled. I was grateful for my group. I love the people I play with, and to know that they would go out their way to make something like that happen for me, it means a lot more than people know, because I have been here the longest. I have, everything that people talk about, I have been, and to know that my teammates kind of like see me as, I have value somewhere, and I feel like they make me feel like, I'm important to them and vice versa. And so that value means everything to me. And anybody knows me, I'm a loyal type person. And so I'm going to forever look at them like forever friends after something like that.
Knocks down
in transition.
Boston and Carlton collide. No whistle either way. Mitchell fires away.
Odyssey Sims exited in the fourth quarter and never returned, awaiting further evaluation. Obviously, Chloe Bibby was a late addition to the injury report. Do you know when it happened or the severity? She felt something during pregame, so we held her out as a precaution. We don't know anything yet. Hopefully, we'll get more information tomorrow. Had she been dealing with soreness earlier this week? Yeah, I think everybody's sore at this point in the year. But yes, she had some knee soreness, and again, we wanted to be cautious and figure out what's going on before she got back out there. That left Hull as the only regular wing standing, and forced the Fever to cobble together lineups on the fly.
In first place in the league. The only team that has already clinched a spot in the playoffs, assuming those others. And McBride just reads it and eats it up.
Mitchell launches and knocks down a three. It's Mitchell's fourth.
Boston's stat line wasn't explosive, but it was steady. 15 points and 6 rebounds across long stretches without any help in the front court rotation. Her consistency gave Indiana at least some presence on the inside, though critics noted her defense didn't carry the dominance expected from an all-star. Still, considering how little margin for error the Fever had, Boston's ability to battle through fatigued minutes kept the team from being overwhelmed in the paint.
Here's Boston backing her way inside, spins, fades, fires, and hits. Well, rebound a moment ago from Jessica Shepard. Third quarter. They are shooting 61% on the night. Boston pulls down the offensive rebound, and Indiana.
Bibby's absence took away one of their few forwards who could balance lineups, and Sims going down removed the only veteran point guard left. Indiana had to hand heavy minutes to young guards and recent hardship signees. When Sims asked out late, Shea Petty had to step in and essentially run the offense, despite having only just joined the team on a 7-day hardship contract earlier this month. Another brutal reminder of just how thin this bench is right now. What do you know about Odyssey after she left and didn't return? We don't know anything yet. She'll be evaluated tomorrow. Do you know what she tweaked? I have no idea. I just heard her say, I need a sub. So, I got Shea up there.
Mitchell in the second half, and that overtime.
Well, we know she can heat it up.
Oh, Petty shaking off Carrington, and she hits her first shot with the Fever. It's a corner three, and Indiana's opened up 4 for 5 from the three-point. Fever on the night are shooting 69%. Look at Turner running the floor like a guard. Kick out Petty. Oh, yeah!
Hull's hot hand, the ripple effects were obvious. Hull played extended minutes as the lone wing, while Brianna Turner and Michaela Timpson were thrown into mismatches outside their roles. Possessions got shaky because the guards on the floor didn't have the comfort to initiate cleanly. By the third quarter, fatigue set in. Ball movement broke down. Aaliyah Boston fought hard inside, but passes arrived late, at bad angles, or not at all. Stephanie White admitted they are trying to integrate 2 new point guards mid-season, and the disconnection was clear. Plays that used to flow with Clark now ended in rushed jumpers or turnovers. Don't think you want to play Lexie 40 minutes. How can you handle the wing without Chloe tonight? We'll do it by committee. Bree Turner can guard 5 positions, so she'll be out there. We'll have to manipulate lineups more, figure out who we can stretch the floor with. Probably have her out there with D a lot. But if we can't space in the half court, then we need our defense to create transition. That doesn't just mean steals, but missed shots that let us run. The toll stretched to defense too. With so many heavy shifts and unusual lineups, legs got heavy. Rotations came late, and Minnesota punished every breakdown. The sense around this team is fragile. Fans and players alike know every new injury is another blow to any realistic playoff push. Yet the group is still trying to rally in small ways. The MVP Kelsey shirts worn pregame were a spark of pride, proof they haven't stopped fighting. But pride doesn't replace bodies. That meant the burden shifted to the remaining core, with veterans and newcomers scrambling to plug holes. Oh my goodness, I was taken back. It was fun. It was funny. I was humbled and grateful for my group. I love the people I play with, and for them to go out of their way to make that happen means more than people know. I've been here the longest. Everything people talk about, I've been through. To know my teammates see me as valuable means everything. They make me feel important, and I feel the same about them. Anyone who knows me knows I'm loyal. I'll forever look at them as friends after something like that. When everything seemed stacked against Indiana, a few players still rose. Hull stole the spotlight with her 23-point career night in 37 minutes. But she wasn't alone. Kelsey Mitchell fueled the offense with another commanding performance. Aaliyah Boston anchored the paint, and newcomer Shea Petty gave an unexpected spark in her debut. Together, they formed the backbone of a team trying to stay afloat in impossible circumstances. But she has handled it all so well.
Our players bust their ass. Like, they battle every single game. And you know, they just, it's a couple minutes here and there. You got to play a 40-minute game. But this is a special group of women, man, with what they've been going through and everything that they've had to continue to overcome, and to put ourselves in position. You know, it could have been real easy to fold in that third quarter when they broke it open. To put ourselves in position, you know, to come back to compete to win a ball game. I mean, it's no matter what it happens, win or lose. The roots that this group is forming culturally, the roots that they're forming in terms of competitive spirit and what it means to compete at this level. I mean, those are what allow us to withstand these storms. And you know, the numbers tell a story, but you know, their hearts and their character tell another one.
Not only are the players resilient, but so is Kelsey Mitchell, who kept knocking down shots in transition. Austin Carlton collided with her. No whistle either way. Mitchell fired again. Mitchell once again played like the engine of this group. She led all scorers with 27 points, added 5 assists, and hit 5 of 7 threes, forcing Minnesota to account for her every trip across half court. Before the game, her teammates honored her by wearing MVP Kelsey shirts, recognition for a true franchise cornerstone. Mitchell admitted afterward how much it meant. "They make me feel like I'm important to them and vice versa. That value means everything to me." With Clark out and the roster battered, she backed up those words, refusing to let Indiana fold. First place in the league, already clinched in the playoffs, there are others. McBride just reads it and eats it up. Mitchell launches and hits another 3. Boston's stat line wasn't explosive, but it was steady. 15 points and 6 rebounds across long stretches with no help in the front court. Her consistency gave Indiana at least some interior presence, though critics noted her defense didn't carry the dominance expected from an all-star. Still, considering the tiny margin for error, Boston's ability to battle through heavy minutes kept Indiana from being buried inside. Here's Boston backing down, spinning, fading, firing, and hitting. A well-timed rebound a moment ago from Jessica Shepard. In the third, they are shooting 61% on the night. Boston pulls down the offensive rebound for Indiana. Then came the surprise. Shea Petty, just signed to a hardship deal, barely practiced with the team before being thrown into live action. And yet she delivered. Petty scored 10 points, hit 3 of 4 from deep, and showed aggressiveness that Stephanie White praised after the game. Her composure on catch-and-shoot looks gave Indiana an instant lift. But running the offense and directing flow still showed her inexperience. Mitchell in the second half and that overtime she can heat it up. Oh, Petty shaking off Carrington. Hits her first fever shot. A corner 3. Indiana opened 4 of 5 from deep. The Fever shooting 69%. Look at Turner running like a guard. Kick out to Petty. Oh yeah. Hull's hot hand, Mitchell's leadership, Boston's steadiness, and Petty's debut gave the Fever moments that looked like they could punch above their weight. Which of these role players would you like to see earn more minutes as the season goes on? Still, flashes weren't enough. The Fever's problems didn't come from who showed up, but from what unraveled after halftime. That's when all the momentum they built was ripped away. Mitchell slicing through, hands off to Boston, who lays it in. Kelsey Mitchell forced to make decisions every trip. Another 9 of 21 from deep. Boston spins inside, back-to-back buckets. The breakdown wasn't just players running out of energy. It exposed how coaching decisions or lack of them can flip a game. The Fever led at halftime, but Minnesota blew it open immediately after. The Lynx outscored Indiana 32-7 in the third, erasing all of Indiana's work in minutes. Both Hull and McBride were slow to get up at the other end. It's 4-on-4. 2 more for Boston. Petty looking inside, finds Hull. Boston in deep, 2 more. What Minnesota did was simple but effective. They spread the floor, attacked straight-line drives, and pounded the glass. Indiana struggled to respond. Rotations came late, box-outs vanished, and Aaliyah Boston was stranded against multiple bodies. Possession after possession, Minnesota grabbed second chances and rhythm jumpers. The lack of Indiana adjustments stood out. Coverages never changed, pressure was light, and Minnesota exploited everything. That shifts the spotlight to the sideline. Once again, Indiana had a strong first half only to collapse after halftime without visible game plan changes. This isn't a one-off. It's a season-long pattern where early momentum evaporates when opponents adjust, and Indiana doesn't counter. The lulls you mentioned, and how you want to avoid them. What can the team or coaching staff do in the moment to break those stretches? Some of it's timeouts, some is substitution matchups, although we don't have many. Some is just attention to detail. Championship teams bring attention to detail for all 40 minutes. We're learning to do that. White didn't shy away afterward. She admitted there were defensive breakdowns and cited turnovers as a turning point. She also pointed out they're working in 2 new point guards with barely any practice, so communication isn't sharp yet. That adds context. It's not just bad decisions in the huddle. It's roster survival with players learning on the fly. Still, patience is wearing thin. Fans see Boston trapped by 2, closeouts a step late, opponents dictating third quarters, while adjustments never come. Injuries make it harder, but the same flaws repeating fuels frustration. Our players bust their ass. They battle every game. It's a couple minutes here and there, you have to play 40 minutes. But this is a special group, with everything they've been through and everything they've had to overcome. It could have been easy to fold in that third quarter when they broke it open. To put ourselves in position to come back and compete to win no matter what happens, win or lose, the roots this group is forming culturally, their competitive spirit, those are what allow us to withstand these storms. The numbers tell one story, but their hearts tell another. The truth is, the season clock is ticking. The Fever remains 6th, but only half a game ahead of 7th and just 5 ahead of 9th. That's the danger zone. Every loss like this chips away at their playoff window. The margin for error is nearly gone. So the question falls to you. Is this on the coach, too slow to adjust? Or is it a roster too broken by injuries to judge fairly? Tell me which side you're on. Because while this chapter raises more doubts than answers, one player's performance offered at least one storyline worth holding on to. No matter what happens, win or lose, the roots this group is forming, their cultural identity, their competitive spirit, those are what allow them to withstand storms. The numbers tell a story, but their character tells another. Lexie Hull's career night wasn't just a box score. It showed what a deeper version of this roster could look like. Fans finally saw her step into the spotlight. Alongside Kelsey Mitchell's 27 and Aaliyah Boston's steady 15 and 6, there were glimpses of a foundation worth believing in. Still, the urgency is real. The Fever faced Minnesota again on Sunday, and dropping back-to-back games could erase their playoff cushion. Lexie gave us reason to believe, but they still have to prove they can finish. If you support Lexie and the Fever, comment Lexie Show. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out.